Bethany, welcome to the podcast.
Oh my gosh, I love hanging with you guys. Thank you so much.
We first got to hang with you at our Mom Ignited Summit, and you were one of the favorites there, gave such great and reasonable advice to moms. And I'm excited to dig into like all the self-care stuff because self-care is something that gets such a complicated rap on social media about what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So how have you seen moms be critical of themselves, Bethany?
Well, I think we're all super hard on ourselves, especially, when it comes to parenting, or maybe we're not at that pre-baby weight, like physically, like how we're looking, how we're feeling. It's garbage. Like it's
Garbage.
I don't know really where it comes from, like outside influences, internal influences, maybe someone in your family, but it is so not what we need to be focusing on for ourselves, for our kids, for anybody. So, I mean, I'm especially hard on myself when it comes to my career. I feel like I'm always like way behind like where I should be. And I'm working on for the new year to like sort of really start to manage that a little bit.
I have that way behind kind of, I guess, mindset, you would call it. I have that too. Like this thing that you're looking at everybody else out there and you're thinking, oh my gosh, they have it so together. And I'm not doing like A, B, and C. And then you just like pile on the shoulds on yourself. Do you get that?
I get that a ton. And I have to and then I go into a little bit of like the woo stuff, which I don't know if you guys are into. Like,
Oh, tell me the woo stuff.
Like, it's the universe's timing. It's not my timing. Like, it's happening. It's just not happening right now. Like all of that. So I'm like very big into like my Instagram, like, I don't know, I liked one post, like now the algorithm just feeds me all of this like manifestation, the universe has got your back stuff, and I'm like, I eat it up.
Isn't it crazy? It's like, that's how it goes. Okay, I'm sorry. Somewhat related. Bree's going to go a little bit off and a little bit of fork of a left here. But like just last week I had that, or 2 weeks ago, I don't know. One of the Instagram followers, and Joanne knows that I love to follow animals. I like dogs. I like cats. Like that's what I try to do with my social media. But Hammy and Olivia, shout out to Hammy and Olivia. Poor little Olivia, the corgi, passed away unexpectedly.
Oh,
and they've had a really hard time with the passing, right? And there's been a lot of posts about it. And I remember looking at my husband being like, I feel like there's something going on with the universe. He's like, why? I'm like, because Olivia passed away. It's all over my feed. And then another friend of mine, their dog unexpectedly passed away, and it's all over the feed. And then now another friend, like I had 4 people that had like their animal pass away and their feeds pop up on my Instagram. And it's funny, Bethany, because you're like, is it the universe or is it the algorithm?
Which it is totally the algorithm. That is the algorithm for sure.
And so like on top of all the holiday stress of Thanksgiving, I was terrified my dog was about to die.
Oh my goodness.
But it's interesting because social media really has a part to play in how moms are critical of themselves. Because Bethany, like you said, you liked one post and then you got fed all of this stuff. So if you like one of those posts about these perfect family pictures, guess what you're going to see all the time?
I have to constantly remind myself like that a lot of these perfect, beautifully curated homes, like this is their job. This is what they get paid to do, to have this.
Right.
This is not my job. So my home will never look like that.
And like throw that in with the whole, like you were talking about, like I might not be at pre-baby weight. Like you look at celebrities or people on Instagram and you're like, God, how did they get like themselves put back together? They have time. They have a chef. They have a nanny. Yeah. They have all of these
Photoshop.
resources.
Yeah, or Photoshop.
And or like, right, it is that person's job to do X, Y, Z. So yeah, giving ourselves that grace is
it is really interesting though, like what we're exposed to and what we can manifest into the universe. Because like I kind of am like iffy with woo woo, but I'm also like, it gives you something to believe in rather than being so hard on yourself. Because if there's some other factors in play that you have no control over, that's something that you can let go, especially in terms of anxiety and stuff like that.